Hello students, welcome in this online session of 9th standard. I hope you are fit and fine and you are doing well at your home. In this pandemic situation, you need to take care of yourself as well. You need to also take care of your family members and try to avoid outside going and all. So that is the better thing to save yourself in your home. And make sure to get all the lectures, study daily, and also make sure to clear your doubts with your elders or the teachers who are already in the contact with you. So today's lecture of this 9th standard SS topic is depending upon the very beautiful theory that is a wildlife. Obviously, we all are needing to go and see the nature with very ease and very clear, very close, but we are not getting that kind of chances. So in this lecture, with this medium of lecture, we'll get the chance to learn about the nature and to also learn about the wildlife. Now, you can easily see that the screen is actually showing you the page number 137, which is also making you understand about the wildlife and diversity. Before this, we studied already one of the chapter, that is chapter number 17, natural vegetation, page number 131. So now we are going to this wildlife chapter, chapter number 18. My dear students, the importance and the value of wildlife is very good thing. As we know that India has actually diversified relief and climate, similarly wildlife and diversity is also can be seen. Therefore, wildlife is all about the entire world is needing and to protect out also. About 15 lakh species of the wildlife are actually recorded in our India only, or in which 81,251 species are found only in India. So that's how we can say this includes reptiles, it includes mammals, fish, other insects, and also we can say exploration is more continuing to find out the new animals and also new kinds of birds and different kinds of bugs also. So this is how this lesson is all defining you the rich and the biodiversity of India. Now see, India has actually covered the forest almost in the states of India like Gujarat and other states too, Sundarban and all. So if you go in the detail, then it will also give you the important knowledge related to comprehending ideas, in which you can comprehend your ideas and you can also go with the forest vegetation, saving them, and also lots of kinds of theories can be done by yourself. So that's how we can say the wildlife diversity is actually uncomparable and it is noticeable also in India. Now see, this lesson also shows that geographical region of India. The natural vegetation have contributed the diversifying atmosphere. All the elements of the nature is actually ready to save the nature. So why we are actually behind? We also need to go and protect the nature. So that's how, on the basis of characteristics. Similarly, some of are also distributed among the regional bases and all. So if we understand, then it will get that like 9 zones are there according to that, in which other different characteristics exist of the animal, bird, flower, plants are located. So these are actually as follows. The first one is Himalayan, second is the Ladakh. Dry cold region area, these two are forest cover in the lower Himalaya, also highlands of the Himalaya with the foothills. Without the foothills, forest covers also in the upper Himalayas and all. Plus northern plains are also locating with the forest and all, desert of Rajasthan, then peninsular plateaus, sea coast, and literally we can say Nilgiris are also there, which are actually helping us to generate and to keep the flora and fauna very protective. So therefore we can say diversification of the wildlife of India is actually vast, located in the nation. Now this alluvial, if you talk about the diversification of the wildlife, is actually located in India, and that is also one of the good things. So therefore this paragraph says that the vast alluvial plain of river peninsula means the South India, I'm talking about the South India, okay. The large diversified rivers of peninsular plateaus, mountain region, swampy areas, sea coast, dense rainforest, deciduous forest, coniferous forest. These all forests we read already in the chapter number 17. The animals are seen there is an elephant, okay, peninsular animals, elephant is there, then we can say Asian, other animals are also there. So peninsular rain forest are one of the good home for the one-horned rhino also in the swampy forest of the eastern side, that is the Brahmaputra river. Then snow leopard is also there in the higher Himalayas, wild goat, musk deer, okay. Jammu and Kashmir is famous for this musk deer and hangul also. Wild buffaloes, that is Indian bison it is known as. Tiger project is going on, so we need to see the tiger also in the central India, West Bengal. Then Gudkar, wild ashes, in the little run of Kutch in the Gujarat. Then flamingo is also one of the, we can say, longer found birds in the run of Kutch and all, which is also known as the migratory bird, the flamingos and all. So we can say Indian great bustard is also available in the grasslands areas, which is also noticeable. And apart from that, in the waterlogged area, migratory birds flock from different countries and all, that can be also easily seen by you. So that is how we can say this forest and forest location is very beautiful in India, and we need to save them, we need to protect them. Now if you talk about the migratory bird, then this includes can be Siberian crane, then Palkian, duck, kunj, then karaka, etc, etc. Now flying squirrels can be also seen in the forest of all, which is actually available in the dense forest of the Western Ghats. Nicobar dove, rare species, and rare species of the coral are also seen in the Gulf of Kutch, as well Lakshadweep Island too. So along with those kinds of things, we can say the big mammals are also available. Now you might be knowing about the mammals. If you're thinking that blue whale is a fish, you are actually wrong. It's a mammal. Okay, so flying squirrels then are available here. Rare species of the other mammals are also there. Along with the mammals, we can say many types of birds are there, which are actually noticed time to time. Then king cobra is there. So the reptiles are also there, which can be also noticed out here. Snake python, the snakes like python, iguana, patlago also are available here. So along with this kinds of coastal, other water bodies are also there, like sea cows, dugongs are there, shark is there, octopus, astabaho we call, whale, etc, etc animals are there. Dekho, this page number first of all 137 shows you that what a different kind of detailed forest is there, water resources are there, aquatic environment is there, and beside the forest, animals like fox, then wolf, nilgiri, deer, mongoose, rabbit, wild hogs, hedgehogs are also seen. Agricultural in the areas and all. Many birds are such as nightingale birds, parrot, peacock, weaver bird, chibri, then pilak birds are there, vulture, kabar, dol baglas. These are also seen in the areas near the human residency. They are also roaming. So this shows that we are having lots of varieties of the animal, plant, trees, birds, and like cows, buffalo. Then apart from that, we are having domesticated animal, wild animal, migratory birds. It's awesome to see and understand that India stands for the diversity. Now you can also go with the next page, which shows you wildlife and the need of conservation. Obviously we need to conserve the wildlife. Now what is the need to conserve the wildlife? Whenever we think that human beings should be protected, at the same time we need to think that wildlife also must be protected. As our life is important, nature's life, natural beings' life, bird, tree, plant, animal, aquatic, everybody's life is important. So therefore, while going through the past, it becomes evident that there is a danger of the existence of the wildlife since the last few decades. Before 100 years, thousands of the tigers were seen in India. As per the figure of 2014 given by the Forest Academy Environment Ministry, the figure is like 2226. So the tigers have grown in the number. This is a good thing, but in the ancient time they were larger in the amount. So that's how we can say vultures are also now on the days of to watch due to eating the meat which becomes polluted by using some kinds of drug from the human beings to kill the animals or to cure the animals, like diclofenac and all, diclofenac drug which is used for the treatment of the sick milch cattle animal. Leopard are also seen in the forest that beginning to the 12th century have become extinct, and now it is somehow seen, but not that much. If you go in the detail of Aravalli zone, if you're going in the detail of Aravalli side, Aravalli zones and all, you will find the leopard, because Aravalli zone is that may not contain the tiger, that may not contain the lions, but it can be containing the leopards and all. And if you want to really see the lion, you need to go for the Shashan Gir. So that's how all the general thing is available here, and the beautiful animals, rare species can be also seen out here. So once the Asiatic lion was also a lion of the Gir forest, which are also seen up to the Middle East, are now restricted only in the Gir forest. So only the Gir forest is consisting of the lion. It's a bad thing. Only one zone is there. We should consist almost all the zones consisting the lions, so they could be safer in their own environment. And now we can say that the numbers is like 523, and once the crane were also seen in the larger number in the Gujarat, but now their number is reduced out and they are hardly seen by the people, tourist people, or by the like you and me, common people. So literally we can say that decrease of this number also shows that how human beings are not perfectly active towards the nature, how human beings are not perfectly working towards the nature, and this shows which is actually a matter of concern. We should take it very clearly. Now Chilotro are also seen, Garud, eagle, bird. The residents of the mountain is eagle are also seen near the areas of mountain and sea, coastal and all. Plus we can say that it is also says that Vijayanagar Taluka is also rarely available for this kinds of zone of the forest and all in the Sabarkantha. So it is obvious that endless human greed and the run for the progress, for the money, for the development, environment has been deteriorated, imbalanced by the human beings, which would actually bring adverse effect in the future and also result to the human life extinct, going to be verge. Okay, so that's how still there is time. Still there is time. We can save the project, we can save this kinds of animals, we can save the nature. So if proper action is taken, obviously next generation would see this kinds of beautiful animal and the world. And if it is not taken, there is no guarantee. There is no guarantee of this kinds of beautiful species. Now, as if we go more further, then importance of the national parks and sanctuaries can be also seen here. Now you can see on your screen that is national park and sanctuaries are shown there. Kaziranga, Assam, that is sanctuary, wildlife, buffalo, deer and all. Okay, wild buffalo, deer, rhino. Thar desert, Rajasthan, desert for the wolf. Then it is good desert for the cat, desert cat, bustard and all. Kana, that is not Kana, that is Kana. Okay, K-A-N, Kanha. Like that. Madhya Pradesh, tiger, antelope, Gir Park, that is leopard, the lion and cheetal. Cheetal is a kind of an animal which is coming from the deer family. Okay, and Velavadar, Kalikar National Park, Gujarat, that is black bug, wolf and the peacock. Now Keoladev, Bharatpur, Rajasthan, that is bird and migratory bird, as well as Bandipur, Karnataka, elephant. Then you can call bear, hog, wild cats and all are available. Same as Dachigam, Kashmir, Hamur, Kashmiri deer, musk deer are also there. And literally last but not the least, that is the Corbett, Jim Corbett National Park, tiger, antelope, and like elephant, leopard, deer, etc. So this shows you the map. Now you can access the map also on the screen, which shows you that in which zone this kinds of national parks are located as well as sanctuaries are located. So this is the very beautiful map which shows you with the indicating of the symbol and the color also. That is a wildlife sanctuary, then birds and national park. Okay, now you can see that this all the Gunidi is a national park consisting Bandipur also, and same as Vedangadal is actually available for the bird sanctuary. So these are the symbolic diagram which is showing you that where you can find this kinds of forest, where you can locate this kinds of forest in India, and the national park as well as sanctuaries too. Now see, what are the dangers to the wildlife? A question arises, obviously there is a question that what are the dangers to the wildlife? A question has been always put against the experience and also against the existence of the wildlife. So first of all we need to understand the question mark has been put against the existence of the entire wildlife due to the human greed and the development which is recent done in the time within 100 years. So on examining the reason, it is understood that wildlife has become unprotected as they have lost their natural habitat due to continuous decreasing of the forest, hunting carried out to get the skin, meat, teeth, hair as well as the bone. So it is a big problem due to heavy grazing also. Domestic animals are eating the food of the wild animal, herbivorous animals and all, and that's how they are depriving of food, they die. Then carnivorous animals are getting their food in the low quantity as well. They enter into the human settlement and in the search of food they attack the animals too. So this is the condition. We should not take the food of other animal or they will come at our home to have the food and we will be their food. It is so dangerous. So as they approach human settlement, situation of the confliction, clashes becomes either human beings are dying or the wild animals are dying. So that's how with the settlement, with the destruction of the wildlife, beside their effect of also can be seen on the pollution and the population too. So population of these animals are actually going to be end. So we need to take care of this kinds of animal. Now the page number 39 also says that we need to go and understand this kinds of emphasis in leading the mutual understanding for the Forest and Protection Act. As well, as I said, this question is rising, so we need to understand that why this is happening, why this forest and all the lifestyle of the human beings are actually creating havoc to the forest. See, hunting is carried out on the getting skin, meat, teeth, hair and bone. So it is a big problem. So due to heavy grazing by domestic animal in the forest, herbivores are also depriving of their food, and they're resulting to decrease in the numbers, and that's how we can say that in the search of food they come to the human settlement and they are killed, or either they are killing to the human bodies. So this is not a good thing which we need to understand. Now getting further, due to decrease in the forest area, animal occasionally come to the human habitation. Human habitation means interference in the areas of the wild animals are resulting into clashes, as I said you. So these clashes can be seen in the southern part of the India, then eastern India. Elephants are coming to search of the food and create the havoc also in the agricultural field, especially in the sugarcane field. And lately we can say Saurashtra and South Gujarat are also somehow attacked by the wolf and other animals also in the northern Gujarat. So therefore we can say a precaution must be taken to save the forest and to save this animal also. Now what kind of remedies can be done? So remedies to conserve the wildlife, along with the term of planning necessary conservation increasing act for the forest area, we shall also have to come more forward, and we should also save this kinds of thing. So we can say strong and legal provisions must be done for the implementation of the conservation of the forest areas and wild animals. Various social NGOs should be given high priority to arrange the public awareness also in the programs. Plus, these problems should be also included in the school syllabus and also make the future like citizen aware too about this forest and all. So that's how we can say before implementing any development project, it is probable effect on the environment and living like an organism also that should be examined, like making of tunnels, highway, bridge, overbridge, whatever you are making, you must examine, you must take permission from the government. Cutting of the larger trees outside of the forest area should be stopped, and because of hollow space within them, their branches are also nesting place for the birds, so it should be stopped out here. Pond, farm, then we can say ponds also, as well as farm pond, as well as like other natural water reservoirs must be taken care of that, so that migratory birds, whenever they are urgently coming there, they can get the water also. So therefore we can say an active work urgently must be needed to be save this kinds of act and to impose this kinds of act and to reduce the pollution also. If the pollution is actually infecting the natural wildlife or the natural areas and all, there should be a must action be taken from the authority or the management. So to manage the forest and the forest fire, anticipatory planning should be also done for the patrolling of the safety also. It means that rangers should be shifted for the safety of this forest, and also for the safety of the forest they must keep an watch, they must keep an eye to the nearing people also, and they must keep an eye so that they can easily go and they can easily see that how nicely the animals are living. But whenever they are disturbed, what is the condition of the forest? So they must go and understand, they must take care of these kinds of areas. They must restrict the people entrance. Without the permission, they should not be entered. So this is how we can say our forest lifestyle, animal and beautiful world, which is actually surrounded by the leaves and trees and plant, must be protected. And furthermore, to manage the forest and forest fire, anticipatory planning should be also done there. If you have understood, if you have taken care of the forest and all, then there is no need to fear about the future. But if you have not taken care, you need to fear for the future. And you might have also seen, my dear student, that forest is actually catching the fire, that is known as the forest fire. So we need to come forward to stop this forest fire. And little steps should be also taken to nurture the wildlife. So the next para, which is displaying on a screen, shows that how you can nurture the wildlife. See, since from the early times, laws have been framed in our country to protect the wildlife, and also laws have been made to frame the Protection of the Wildlife Act. Constitution also implementing, according to the parliamentary rules and regulations, that Wildlife Conservation Act must be planned. And therefore today we are having around like a recommendation of the Indian Wildlife also board that is actually taking care of this kinds of project. Okay, so since from the 2014 there were 503 sanctuaries, 102 national parks and 14 bioreserves. Out of this, we can say 22 sanctuaries and 4 national parks and 1 bioreserve zone happen to be only in the Gujarat. That is very good enough. And laterly we can say that Gujarat stands good in the forestry areas and all. Some protection schemes are also planned for those species which are on the verge of extinction, and let's know about that kind of thing also, which are actually animals to be taken care more and more, and they are coming under the protection scheme or the zone which is highly demanded. So the first one is the tiger project. Okay, the tiger project, my dear students, which was actually launched in the year 1973, and against hunting and decreasing of the numbers, the tigers were also saved out. So this was implemented for 9 reserve areas, under which 48 areas are already covered. Next come the lion project. There was a time when the Asiatic lion were found in the up to the Iran in the Asian continent. Now due to hunting and killing of them, reduction in the forest areas, these lions are now restricted only and only in the Gir forest, therefore which is available in the Saurashtra peninsular zone. So at the one stage, see, their number of had been going lower than 100 in the 1972. So as a project started in the Gir to protect the Asiatic lion, and as a result this project and timely taken care has been shown the good amount of effect also, that today we are having 523 lions according to the lion census, which is held in 2015. So I hope in 2021 it may be 1000 also. Now in addition to these, there are other projects also. Major projects are among them like Hangul project for the rare species of the Barasinga deer in the Kashmir. Crocodile project is there. Some of the people are eating the flesh, taking the skin of crocodile, teeth also, everything is used out. So we should not go with this kinds of thing, and we should obviously strictly take action against these kinds of people. Literally we can say that rhino project is also working in the Kaziranga, Assam and all, and snow leopard project are also working. So we need to take care of this. So wildlife conservation possible is only possibilities is only due to the society and the government. Means you, me, we all need to come and go further with a determined classical formula how to save the forest and how to make aware to the people. Along with that, we can say that development must be taken very on the serious brink. So our motto must be clear for the Environmental Preservation Act. So this is the basic thing which is explained in this lesson, and also it is showing you the graph chart. You can see that how national park are there. Okay, national parks are there. You can see national park establishment area, district, major animals. Like I'll just give one of the example. Gir National Park is there 1975 establishment, that is 25,800.71 square kilometer is there. Junagadh, lion, leopard, cheetal, hyena, antelope, chinkara, crocodiles are available there. So these kinds of areas are there which are actually related to national parks of Gujarat. Okay, so whenever you are getting the time, you must visit Gujarat. You must go and understand what is the theory related to the Gujarat and what is the beauty of nature. I hope you understood this lecture, and I hope that you will take the oath from today that you will actually try to save the project, save the animal. You will also try to save the forest also. You will also try to go with the beautiful interest of the forest, natural conservation, and also you will go and try to love the animals. But stay safe, because they are the wild animals. I'm talking about love the animals means what? Whenever they are in the danger, you need to help them, but be secured, be safe, and don't attempt any kind of dangerous risky phenomena which can hurt you. Chalo, till then, take care and keep revising. Save nature, love nature.